Gray code. So the gray code is a binary numeral system where two successive values differ in only one bit. Okay, so here and also value for gray code 0 is 0. So we start with 0, and for value 1 we can change the bit from 0 to 1. We are changing just one bit. Now from 0 1 we can change any one bit. So we selected this bit, right? The most significant bit in this particular case. And then from this value, we are changing this particular bit. So this is how the gray code is generated. It starts with 0 and we continue changing one bit at a time. And also, like, if you look at it, it is cyclic. So this last guy and this first guy is also differing in one bit. That concept is not actually required for this problem, but it's good to know about that. So if you are given value 2, your result will have 2 to the power 2 values, because we are going to put all these bits to value, like 2 bits. So you will say 0, 1, 3, 2 is a valid solution. The another valid solution could have been if you change this particular bit, for example, you can generate another bit, like this one. If you change in the beginning, that will also be a valid solution. For case 0, you still have to give 0. So you are given a value 2 and you have to return a sequence for the gray code. So before we go into that, is there a conceptual problem with that? Like, do you understand how we are generating the gray code here, all of you?
Yep.
I think yes. Yes, is okay. That is good. Also a question. So if there are 4 bits, my output size should be what?
2 raised to power 4.
Yes, that's good. So what do you think? Okay, we will go to the solution. Anyone has any idea um, how to solve it? Anybody solved it? I think Puneet already talked about it, that he might have solved it already. Anyone else? You can talk about the problems. If you tried and you were not able to solve, let's talk about that too. Like, that way, what we do, we actually develop the intuition. If you get to the solution without any problem, then intuition doesn't develop, unfortunately. So it's good to have problems. Okay, looks like everything is fine. So for value 0, we had 0. Let's put it. For 1, we had value 0, 1. For, yeah, 0, 1. For value 2, so if n equal to 2, we know we will have 2 digits. So we'll still have these 2 values, 0, 0, 0, 1. And then we can change any of the bit. So let's do what the first example was suggesting. We change this bit 1, 1. Then next time we change this particular bit, the right one. So this value is mapped to 1. This is, 0, 1, 3, and 2. So your solution could be 0, 1, 3, 2. That's the valid solution. So what we are doing at every, every time we add a new bit, What decision we are taking?
I think we are taking previous solution and changing the new bit we are adding every time with the previous solution, right?
Yeah, that is right. So here we had only one bit. We can write when we are shifting towards 2 bit. So here is just 1 bit. When I'm going towards 2 bit, implicitly I can say this is 0 0, right? That's not a
Yeah,
problem. They
yeah,
are same. So now we already have generated these two values. They are anyway my result.
yep,
I have to get two more values. So what can you do here? You can, because now you are not comparing with this particular guy for this, because after second you are going for the third one. So we have to make some changes to this guy to get to a new solution, right?
yep.
So we can make it, just flip the bit here, right? And any idea how would
Hi,
you do that?
um,
Go
uh,
ahead.
I was just thinking, like, just giving a shot to it.
Mhm.
So, if we can take a XOR of the number with the, like, starting with 1. So, if we get any bit uh, difference, like what XOR is saying, if there is a different digits, then it means that we we can have, like, we can store that number over there, like digit over there, because we want one place to be different. So if we get that one place different, then we can say that, yeah, we can store over there.
Okay, so you are so for example, like suppose I had this value 3.
Yeah.
So are you saying that XOR it with what?
XOR it with starting with like 0 1, then just increasing the one with one bit, which is like then 1 0. So wherever you can put that, uh, like if we then 0 1 would not make a difference, then we increase one with the left hand side, which is 1 0, and then when we XOR with previous 0 1 with 1 0, then we'll get 1 1.
Okay, so let's start with 0 0. Like we will just go through this,
Yeah.
or so we can come to this approach also, because this is a valid approach and very intuitive. So
Okay.
like as someone was suggesting that we will continue to flip that. So let me continue with this one. We will finish this one and then we will work on that XOR solution.
Okay.
Sounds good?
Yeah.
Okay. So here the idea was we were talking about we already have these two numbers, and then if we continue going backwards and we continue switching the like bits, so from 0 to 1 we are going to add 1 1, right? Because we just added one uh, bit to here,
Yep.
so we maintained that um,
One bit difference. Yep.
1 bit difference. Now we already know these all are zeros, right?
Yep.
So all we are trying to do basically, if we just uh, copy whatever is on top and we just append 1, we are sure that we will have just 1 bit difference, right?
Yep.
So I had read like in one of the books that you can think it as a like, you're reflecting here. So if you look at the reflection, this 1 comes here, this 0 comes here, and then you are appending it 1 1, which is
Yeah.
which is same, that basically you are going backwards
Yeah.
and you are appending it. So it's a like recursive relation. If you have a value for n, you can derive value for n plus 1. You have to just add 1 to the most significant bit for this particular case. Always you have to add 1 and you have to append the previous value in reverse direction. Sounds reasonable?
Yep. But implementation wise, we need to start from zeroth. I mean, first uh, n equal to 1 and then append it till we reach our input number. How we are
Yeah.
implementing.
Yeah. Implementation wise, if the case is 0, it's easy.
Yeah.
right? If case is 1, then you are adding 1.
Yeah.
You can keep it as a base case also.
Yeah.
Or I think
And
maybe your recursion could be smarter to deal with that. Hey, this is the first digit.
yeah.
So I'm overwriting 0.
Yep.
So still like you can use that. And after that, you already have seen like,
Yeah.
we
Got
generated
it.
this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's great. So we are done with this approach. And then now we will go with the XOR approach. Puneet, what was your approach, by the way? Was that a third approach or?
Taking the previous computed elements and then creating the new
Okay,
based
so
on
it's good that we already talked about it. Now we are going to, so okay, let me write one good example, 0, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1, and 1, 0. So 0, 1, 2, sorry, 3, 3, and then 2. So now we will go with the XOR approach. Sonia, where should I start?
So first of all, we have a 0, 0, starting
Yeah,
with 0.
we have a 0, 0.
And then our XOR is like we are taking any number starting with 1, which is 0, 1. XORing, we'll be XORing with 1, 0, 1.
So I'm XORing this with 0, 1, you are saying?
Yes. So
Okay,
our answer is over here is
0,
0.
1,
Yes.
0, 1. Okay,
So this is our answer, and we haven't changed any bit. So this is one answer.
okay,
And then moving forward, we again XOR with 0, 1, like again 1, 0, 1. Yeah.
okay.
And now we got like
0, 0.
0, yeah, 0, 0, which is not an answer. So we are shifting our bit to the left side. We are increasing the 1, which is 1, 0.
Okay, so if that, and how do you know this is not a solution? Because you have already seen this solution?
I have already seen this solution. 0.
Okay, so okay, keep account of what you have seen.
Yeah.
So in that particular case, you think, okay, this rotation is actually this cycle is complete. So you just change it to 1, 0.
Yeah. So now I am XORing 0, 1 with 1, 0.
So now you are XORing 0, 1 with, okay,
1, 0.
0, 1, sorry. And my result is still this one so far. Is that right?
How is this one? Yes.
Okay.
So now the answer of this is 0, 1 XOR 1, 0 is
1, 1.
1, 1.
yeah.
Yep.
So this is, we haven't seen this, so we store this 1, 1.
Okay.
And now we will XOR 1, 1 with 1, 0.
Okay.
Sorry,
1,
0,
1.
1. Yeah, starting always like any number which we have seen, which is not seen, will XOR that number with starting with 0, 1 only. And if we have seen that number in our set or something, then we should increase our 0, 1, like shifting it to the left bit, like
Okay.
increase. Yeah, we'll start with the 0, 1 again, 1, 1 with 0, 1,
1, 1 with 0, 1.
and this would be 1, 0.
1, 1, 0. Okay.
And
And as soon as your count is equal to 2 to the power, and you know that you have found the solution, like
yeah,
overall solution.
yes, and this is just like I am doing a brute force. I don't know how this will be expanded in other situations. This is for just I saw this example and I'm solving that.
Okay. That's a good approach. Yeah. Try to solve it and share, like if possible.
Yeah, sure, sure. I just saw this question and I'll let you know.
Yeah. Interesting approach. Good. So I would also like to probably give other XOR approach if I can draw it here, which is kind of a formula. So let me erase it. Okay, let's write a couple of values so that may make more sense afterwards. So we had this case, like let's write the binary number. because there is a standard algorithm. Why I'm talking about it, there is a standard way to convert from binary to gray and gray to binary. So this is our binary representation, 0 0. Let's make it 3-digit. 0 0. What is that, like 0 0 1? Okay, yeah, first let me write binary 0 1 0 0 1 1, and then just what is 1 0 0 1 0 1 1 1 0 1 1 1. What, how it works is, suppose this is your binary number, so you know your gray will also have 3-digit, right? So let's call this bit something. Let's call this ABC, and let's call this something else, A dash, B dash, C dash maybe. Now this value is directly this value. Now this value is bitwise XOR of these two values. This value is again bitwise XOR of the, what is that? Is that, so let me write this, then I can derive that here. Let's call it 0 0 1, and then we had 0 1 1, and then 0 1 0. 0 0 0, okay, because everything is 0. Let me try to learn something here. 0 0 1, okay, so this value is XOR of previous value. This value is XOR of previous these two values. This XOR is XOR of these two values, which is fine. What about this one? 0 1, so yeah, 0 is always starting with 0. Here 1, we can take XOR of this to get this one, yeah, and then take this XOR 1 0, you got 1. So this works too. Here value 0 is always 0, and then 1 is XOR of this, so XOR of this is 1. XOR of 1 and 1 is actually 0, so this works too. Next values will be 1. So idea is, if you have a binary number, you can generate a gray number without doing anything, like, there is a formula. You look at the previous 2 bits to derive your next bit basically. So in this particular case, 1 0, value, first value is like, since there is nothing for this guy, you can assume there is a 0. So this will be 1. Next 2 bits are 1 and 0. So 1 and 0 will XOR to 1, right? And then this and this will XOR to 0. So that way you can see still we are maintaining this 1 bit of difference here. You can continue doing that and you will figure out the solution. So some of the topmost voted solutions are using this particular formula. I wanted
how you get the first one, 0 0 1, Rajan?
Here?
The very first one, the
Yeah.
0 0 1.
Yeah, so 0 0 1 is, okay, that's a good one, like 0 0 1. I think that should have, you think with my, oh no, actually here, you have one, right?
Yeah, XORing with 0 0 0 with 0 0 1, you'll get 0 0 1.
Here is the value basically, 0 and 1 you had there. So when we were looking at 1, I'm looking to what was the value bit position at I, and the previous one, I minus 1. So for any value, like let's call it GI, gray I, you are trying to do BI XOR BI minus 1. So now if you look at this one, here you had, sorry, here, because we are calculating gray code. So when we are trying to derive this value, we look at, okay, at this particular index, what is the value in binary side? So it was 1. what is the value towards its left? That was 0. And then you XORed it.
But we are starting from 0, 0, 0, right? We are not aware of 0, 0, 1 yet.
No, but you know this. Okay, you already have this because you know the binary number system, right?
Okay, got it.
And it is static. Binary number doesn't change.
Got it.
So in this, what you will do, like if I am giving the value of n equal to 3, then I will know that, hey, for every 2 to the power 3 values, let me go and start generating all these values for each particular bit. So that's the formulas. There is a similar formula from gray to binary. I don't know, maybe that could be in one of the lead code question where you are given gray code and you have to go to the binary code.
Yeah.
That also has a formula and you can derive it, or I can share my notes for that just in case.
Hey Roger, so you always assume that a string like a binary number starts with 0, right? Because you are always calculating. Suppose if you see the fifth one, 100, right? That, hello?
Yeah, go ahead. Binary
if you
number
see the
starts with 0.
0, yeah. So always you are assuming you are doing the job with the 0 only, right? First one.
Oh yes, because there is nothing towards left. I'm doing that. Yeah.
Okay.
Makes sense?
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay, so I will share this also, that because we didn't talk about it and we have one more question to go. So I will share the formula for this other question later.
Yep.
All right. So let's go to the last question for the